bought a jar of pickles yesterday.
I bought a jar of pickles the other day. It's empty.
Oh,
Are you ready, Jimus?
pickles.
Alright, read away.
Hey, you know who I am. On behalf of those I hang around with, I think it's only fair to warn you that what you're about to witness is for mature audiences only. If you're not prepared to witness a barbarian skin an elf alive and wear them as a cloak, you'd probably click off. If you have any complaints, take it up with Not a Me Problem Inc. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Not a me problem. Inc.
Not a
is
me problem,
trademark. It's trademark.
Sorry. I'm going to make that a company in this world. Fuck it. That's just perfect.
No, it's already
It
trademarked.
already is.
We need to remember to add the trademark, guys.
Is that TM or is it just T? Or is it just?
It's TM.
Yeah.
TM.
It's TM.
So
You
when we
always have to
last
say.
left off, we had finished up with John's escapades as Jimus
Who's John?
somehow. As Jimus,
Remind me to shoot him.
As Jimus somehow managed to weasel out a few extra deals. He now has the highest of pedigrees out of everyone, and thus might end up surpassing most of your bounties. That includes those who have escaped prison twice and murdered a whole bunch of people. Looking at
Aw.
you, Axtef. So you're gonna have to become Lord.
Time to
Duke
break out of another
Axtef.
prison. Time to break out of another prison.
I mean, there's one high maximum security one that you could go to.
Easy. Easy.
Easy, he says when he gets there, the first thing they do is chop off your arms. Easy. So I've
It's
still
but a
got my
scratch.
teeth. I've still got my teeth. I can still take their jugulars.
The axe of Gurumish just comes in as a fucking teeth weapon now.
I mean, with your strength, I'm sure you could probably wield something in your teeth and have the same effect.
Don't give me any ideas now. I'm going to try that.
As we shall now return to Pharax. As Pharax, you see Genesis appear from a tree.
Fox is just going to be kind of like looking at him as I'm assuming he's like walking away.
He looks like he's been through hell.
Very bloody, very cut up, and very, very pissed.
Looks like you've been through the shitter. Fox actually says that.
Why did I? It's funny.
I just look at the elf guy and say, "Thanks for getting me out." Hello?
Where do you go now?
Oh, I head towards town, grumbling about the fact that I have to get a hand.
You hear that, everyone? Let's give him a hand. Why the fuck does my leg hurt?
Everyone bucking that he walks past. Mate, you need a hand, don't you?
They just do the slow clap.
You need a hand.
Clap. Except instead they start clapping. They start beating their chest with one hand. Like, there's your clap.
As
Yes.
Genesis is heading off to Banditville, Fox is going to say through the sending stone, anyone know why Genesis is missing a hand?
Jimus just responds with yes.
You would hear Angerfist say, "Wait, Genesis is missing a hand."
Yeah, he came
For
out of...
clarification, Barracks, this is exactly 24 hours after Jimus last saw me.
Yeah, he came out of a magic tree in the forest.
And all of a sudden, you just hear Axtef laughing for Descending Stone.
I use the sending stone. As I'm walking and hearing this. I use the sending stone to say, "I can still shoot you between the eyes."
You need an extra hand to do that.
No, I don't.
Actually, how is that going to work? Are you going to balance it on your leg?
Nope.
On his stump.
Depends on how much. It depends. Did you just lose a hand, or is he now got an L? Or is he missing? Or is he missing up to the elbow?
I'm
Is he
literally
jumping?
just missing everything past my wrist, essentially.
Oh, I
That-
might
I
actually
feel
be able
like
to
that
help
The
would-
that.
question is which way is he missing? Everything past the wrist.
Well, either way,
It's a
he
disembodied
his
hand talking.
Yeah, well, his hand would be able to talk.
You don't know that.
The
Nubex.
pickle juice went down the wrong pipe. Huh.
Oh, there's nothing quite worse than having pickle juice go down your
Trust me, I know. Plus, it's got all the seeds and shit
no.
in it because it's actually like the actual pickles.
Yeah.
I can keep it and reuse it.
And with that, I disappear.
Well,
Right,
they did
Farrax.
Yeah.
It is your turn to tell us what you do as you learn alchemy and whatnot. What else do you do with your spare time each day, your other 8 hours a day?
So, if I remember correctly, when did Farx get the slaves from Jimis?
That would have been
Pretty
day
much.
3.
Pretty much day 3, which is, guess what? It's day 6. I think. Or it's
Okay.
day
Yes,
5.
it is.
It is
Pretty
day
much
6.
day
actually.
5.
Genesis started the stuff on day 5.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, if it be okay, could we go back to, when Farx got the slaves and was bringing them into the forest?
Sure. So, Jimis, you would not have been able to be there for when the slaves were sent, because you would have been dealing with Not a Me Problem Inc.
Trademark. I'm sorry, I always have to add that. I'm sorry.
The slaves were one day before Jimis had to go and deal with all of that.
Yeah, but you were still, in the city, dealing with a different, person. On request, of course.
Oh, that was on day 4.
That was on day 4.
So that was day
Okay.
4 and 5.
So, how do you present the slaves to Farrax?
So he sort of brings Farrax to his island and then shows them behind door number 1, which is most of his slaves, and then door number 2, which is the rest. And this would just be 2 open wooden doors, not actual houses, just wooden doors sitting that are supposed to be being put into houses. What do you think, Farrax?
Where the hell do you keep getting these people?
That will cost you extra.
I'm just okay with the slaves you told me about giving me.
Speaking of, now that they're here, about that price, I've got a job for you.
What might that job be?
So you know how you dug out everything that you did?
Yes, I remember. Very much so.
I'd like you to
About
do that
doing-
again.
Alright then.
Alright. I'll give him the areas to dig out.
Farx would pretty much go ahead and just cast the, what is it? Conjure animals? Yeah. Conjure animals, giant badgers, and, turn himself into the Kool-Aid monster because it has better digging.
Right. So, turn yourself into the Kool-Aid monster and you start digging. How big of an area was it that you were getting dug?
Jimis should actually have the math from what he told me.
Just getting that dock open.
I mean, you're correct on both sides saying James and Jimis, because James plays Jimis.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm tired.
Welcome to my world. I'm tired as well.
I think we're all tired.
I'm not.
Except for James, because his cocaine.
Okay.
Is what is the cubic root of 6 billion?
I don't know how to do
The
cubic
area is
roots.
20,000 feet by 20,000 feet by 15 feet high, and then there is the path to, from my island to the South Continent.
How much?
What is
do
your
you
digging
need?
to, Farx? It is a shit ton of space.
Where are you moving all of that stuff?
The rubble,
Yeah.
it is being sorted through by the slaves, and it is going to be the useful resources are going to be harvested. Everything else is going to be used for construction.
Rightio.
Farx, what's your digging speed for each of those creatures?
Let's see. Giant badger, I believe, is. It should be 10 feet with dashing. Let me just try and pull that up. I haven't used this in such a long time.
Since we needed to escape prison.
Yeah. Actually, I could just pull that up and roll 20 if you give me a second.
So, Jimis, is there anything? While we're waiting for that, is there anything you wish to do?
Right, I've got something to give Farx.
A shank. Now, the real question is it a shank of a leg or an actual shank?
I just got the Diggy Diggy Hole song stuck in my head.
A bronze dagger. +1 quality bronze dagger. Masterwork, not anything else.
Okay, Farx would take that, though. I'm pretty sure it's not as good in terms of damage as is Obsidian Dagger. Well, remember, the Obsidian Dagger's a 2d4 meta.
Yeah, I know. The Obsidian Dagger is superior.
But Farx would go ahead and take it.
Ah, yes. Take the metal dagger.
Yeah, in full honesty, he doesn't care about weapons made out of metal. Also, giant badgers without dashing have a burrow speed of 10 feet.
Okay, so it will take you 11, 14...
And, let's see, the Kool-Aid Man monster...
4.5 weeks to do it with the Kool-Aid monster speed.
Is that
included.
also including that you'd only be doing that in 8 hours?
For 8 hours.
Yeah.
I've actually got it calculated for 7 hours because it'll take him an hour to get set up.
Right.
Oh, so that'd be 7-hour shifts.
Yep.
Biggest issue is going back and forth between there and Banditville.
That's why I've got an hour covered for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Thax, you study and learn and dig for 4.5 weeks.
Meta, I don't know why, but I think of the Diglets whenever I think about the image of Forex digging.
Are you talking about the Diglett with the really buff body underneath?
A little bit, yeah.
The JoJo Diglett.
The JoJo lit.
Yes.
It is the mega evolution of the Diglett.
No.
Yes. So the mega evolution of Dog Trio is just the Pillarmen.
Oh my god.
I think I actually know what he's.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh, that killed me.
Cool.
Oh, well, Ferox is dead. New character, let's go. No.
But I think I know what Jimis is going for. Basically, secret tunnels leading to different parts of the continent. Or maybe not so much secret, but you get my point.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the mountain. Secret,
I control the
secret, secret,
highway.
secret
I can put up
tunnel.
tolls. That's actually not a bad idea, but that sounds like costly.
I mean, if you make
I
it the
mean-
way that the Romans made their roads, you won't really need to worry about fixing them much.
You just keep shoving road on road.
You just keep shoving road on road, and at some point, even if one layer erodes, it still looks like a road because one road leads to another road.
Yep.
Eroding to road, roadception.
Road.
This road can fit so many roads.
Modern roads. I like that. Roman roads, but I like that better.
Romans look at modern day roads. Huh, child's
This is
play.
great. This is great. But I like this.
But I like this. Romans looking at towering buildings. I like this. They slap the Roman Colosseum, but I like this better. Things been up longer than the pyramids, I'm pretty sure.
Actually,
No,
pyramids
it
have
hasn't.
been up
Sorry.
longer.
It's the longest architecturally designed building standing.
Yeah.
With
Yep.
archways. And in its history, it has been forgotten what it was used for like 5 times in a row. And at some point, it was considered a place where a wicked witch casted an evil spell. That's why there is a cross in the Colosseum.
I am so confused, but it sounds like people would be dumb enough to do that.
You may notice that one side of the Colosseum has basically disappeared, or at least one large part of the wall has.
Yeah, or you can tell it's broken off.
What happened was I think it was an earthquake or something happened, and a large piece fell off, or was built on unsturdy ground on that side, and it fell down. And before anyone put any laws in to stop anyone from taking stuff, brick companies just took the rubble. And they're
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
we're going to go use this as bricks. So There could very well be an entire building somewhere in Rome that is made out of the Colosseum.
That's
That'd
kind
be
of
such a great advertisement point.
Mm,
That's actually slightly fucked up.
But you'd have to pour through records for that to find out. And it took more damage during World War II because it was an area where
people
there was
together.
gunfire and stuff. Took out some holes in it. Sorry, put some holes in it. Colosseum's been through a lot. Quite a bit. Anyway, back to the game. Because we got on a tangent of Rome. Oh dear God. I'm waiting for Jimis to turn around. My name is now Alexander. I'm now in Rome.
Be a great name for a city.
I mean, you got plenty of room to put a second city.
I can put it next to Celestia.
So, after those 4 weeks, Farix, is there anything else you want to do with your character? Now that you have your slaves after 4 weeks of digging?
Yeah, I'm assuming Jimmits would give Farx the slaves after the 4 weeks.
Oh, he'd give them to you during the first week.
Oh,
You just didn't have any time to train them for the last 4 weeks. They've been fending for themselves.
so could I like do the initial little interaction with Farx, bring them into the forest?
Sure.
So when they get into the forest, Farx tells them to follow him or follow the path that he's currently walking on. And he'll basically ask them all how they ended up becoming slaves, basically.
What language are you speaking in?
Draconic.
Draconic. They all do not reply.
Farx will then say in common, I'm guessing you don't understand Draconic.
They again don't reply.
Do you know how to speak at all? And let me just look at... Oh, you know what? I never pulled up my character sheet. Give me 1 second.
I think Jimis already knows what language they probably speak.
Oh, yeah.
Because they came from a land down under. He, ha, ha, he, hoo, he.
But I speak Australian.
Good day, mate.
Clearly, you need to get them some Vegemite.
Good day, mate. Got some Vegemite on some fucking toast.
Some strips
tell
on my
ya.
barbie too, eh?
I tell you, this bushwhacking's pretty neat. It's fair dinkum. You know, I'm gonna set up our swagger over there and enjoy a time with
Man,
a
now,
little
now you've just lost him. He doesn't know what a swagger is.
And I sat and I listened and I waited for the Billy to boil. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Fox is going to pull out the sending stone and say, Jimis, what language do these lizard folks speak?
I never really spoke to them. Why, aren't they speaking common?
No, they don't seem to be replying. Maybe I gotta scan them or something, I don't know.
Yes, the correct application of violence solves everything.
Yeah, just look at the Diglett.
I don't know, have you tried Draconic?
I tried that first.
Fair enough. Teach their own. Oh, they did come from the Drow City. So, what language do you think a Drow speaks?
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Fox actually says that.
You've got
You'd be wrong.
some you've got some you got some teaching to do once you figure out how to bridge the gap between Undercommon and Draconic.
Can cast comprehend languages?
Hold on, can druids learn that?
I don't know, but Jimmers will ask. Let's take a look at druid spells. No clerics get it. Second level. Actually, let's give this.
Fox will try Orcish, and ask if they understand him. Do the lizard folk reply and all?
Bloody tiny.
They do not get that spell. Hey, Fox, have you considered buying a book?
I'll do that, but do you have someone there that knows Undercommon, I think it's called?
I'd ask number one.
So what are you doing?
I'm asking number one if we have anyone who can speak Undercommon.
Number 11 butts in. Who else? But me.
Fair enough.
How do I say stay here and survive until I come back? Do not attempt to run until then.
Yeah, that's his mistake to make. Jimmers just looks at number 11. How do you tell them to stay? Do not run, wait here till I come back, and survive. You know what?
Yeah.
Number 11, I'm just going to cast Inscribe to cross out the tattoo. I'm just going to send you there to help.
Right. As you cross out the tattoo, you don't feel any arcane energy dissipate.
And there's a new tin of inch.
You've been helpful enough. You've earned your freedom to come and go as you please. And then I will teleport him to Farax's island.
Right.
Sorry, not island. I'm the only one for an island. Farax's forest.
Barracks has an island in his mind.
I like how you said I'm the only one with an island. Like you had to reassure yourself of that.
Hey, once you guys take over the other prison island, who's gonna take over that place? It's nice and cold and frigid, and oh, it's perfect for Troy.
I was gonna say, if it's cold, then Fox isn't interested.
And then I'd imagine
Sounds like there will be a freeway fight.
And then there's that one last other island, which is the Fortress of Helm, which I'm going to guess is either going to be taken via Newbeck because he'll want a fortress island, or completely destroyed by the Marauders. There is no other option there.
That's not true. An island could be dropped on that island for islandception.
No, let's ram the massive ship island into it.
You can try and get that ship island from its owner, but I'm not gonna try.
The owner's not even there anymore. He's off because he's been asked to go help with
Oh,
with something.
it's nearly time for Wynier to pull that guy's tongue out of his throat.
You haven't heard The Last of Us. Almost does hear the last of them because of what happened.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really see too much of a difference between the Big Dick Cash Money Noble team and the Evil team.
That's
We're
because the
honest
big-
with ourselves about how evil we are.
Also, I did. Should be right back, everyone.
It's alright.
Moment. Right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, you see an elven individual appear in front of you, Farrax.
I'm guessing you're the number 11 Jimis mentioned.
Why does everyone keep calling me number 11?
What's your
Because
name?
that's the bestest name ever.
What's your name? Your actual name, I suppose I should ask, not the number 11 name.
That's a good question. Let me just go into my notes and see if I still have his name down. Because I've got him as number 11 in everything else.
Akalith. Akalith.
Akalith, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. The name is Akalith.
Akalith.
I'm waiting for you
Alright.
to say number 11 it is.
Nah, Farx, he'll call him by his name. Mainly because he thinks he'll get more use out of him that
You
way.
need a crash course on how to talk Undercommon.
Yes.
How fast do you need that done?
Well, if I can at
You want
least
a
give
day
them
or
the
5 minutes?
Meta, can you repeat that?
Do you have a day or 5 minutes?
I can spare a day.
Matter, dude. You're still learning how to do alchemy stuff, dude. Can't really spend a day. Well, actually, depends on how long. Yeah, you can.
But hold on, I'm just looking at some things. Technically, I could decide just to learn the alchemy and then learn Undercommon instead of the jeweler's tools, because that's where a lot of the time is going, both for alchemy and jeweler's tools. And I think alchemy is currently the better option to go with.
Well, he's just telling you, do you have a day or 5 minutes?
I have a day.
You have a day? Good. Ah, and perfect. As he looks, he's just like, for a second I thought you were wearing scale mail. Anyway, Take a seat.
Fuck.
Do you
Look
know
at
how
that.
to get into a meditative pose?
Naturally, but first let's go ahead and get to the camp. Mainly because I feel like
Not at the
if
camp
we're
already?
out here. Meta, this was like the whole conversation was happening when we were on the trail.
Ah, alright.
Oh no, Jim has just teleported straight to your camp.
Oh. Okay, I guess he just appears in an empty camp.
Right.
I guess Fox would then go there, and that whole conversation would take place.
So he asks you to sit down with your legs crossed.
Alright. And, Fox does so.
And then he asks you to put your hands on your knees.
Fox does so.
And he conjures out of thin air a small pot. Inside the pot looks like a black ichor of some sort. Along with some leaves that he picked up, he starts dipping the leaves into the black ichor and starts painting on symbols upon your body.
By the way, Tox, just a reminder, I do have 5 of the awakened shrubs at this camp.
Yep. Oh, they weren't told not to attack this dude.
Pretty much as long as pretty much anyone that appears in the camp, unless they're specifically told to attack, they won't attack. Obviously, Fox is going to change the order after this. But for the time being, anyone that entered the camp, they just watch, basically.
He's just staring at me. Menacingly! You, sir, get a +1 to your next roll.
Me?
No. Try.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Anyway. So. As he continues to paint symbols upon, you feel as if each symbol he places upon seems to... It feels like your arm is locked in place. As he then does the same with your other arm, as it seems locked in place. Followed by your legs and your torso.
I will say naturally the awakened shrubs would intervene if I end up getting like attacked.
Yep. If this is over the period of an hour, and eventually he puts symbols on your head as you look around, or you try to look around. Everything seems a normal speed to you, but, well, you seem normal speed to you, but everything else seems to be going a lot faster. You see a book suddenly flash in front of you. It says 101 Guide to Undercommon.
Fox will start to read it.
Alright. So, what feels like an eternity to you is but moments for everyone else. As you read it, at the end of the day, you can speak basic Undercommon and understand basic Undercommon.
Is Fox now able to move?
Not just yet.
Okay.
You see a large bucket of water get thrown at you. Well, not the bucket, the water.
Yeah. I
As
get what
you
Yes, the bucket.
feel the bucket gets thrown at you too, for good measure, to test your reflexes. They're still slow. You get hit. Ouch. This is a bucket. No one's gonna continue that. Alright. So, as the water splashes over you, you can feel time return to its regular speed. The sun has started setting. That had taken you 8 hours.
If Fox is able to move and speak, he'd stand up and say, "Huh, strange magic ritual. You definitely have some hidden talent."
Hidden talents? No. If they were hidden, I wouldn't show them.
True. How in the world did you end up becoming a slave?
Jimus bought me.
I mean, before Jimus bought you.
That is for me to know, and for you to sleuth about if you wish. However, considering you already know my employer, I don't think you need to know much more.
Probably.
As he sits down with a book, well, he draws a circle in the mud, sits down with a book, opens it to a page, and disappears. Jimus,
Alright.
where are you at the moment?
Currently on my island.
Are you in Celestial?
Yep.
You see, appearing at the center stone, the large stone that controls where people can go.
Yep.
You see number 11 appear again.
Welcome back, number 11.
As he puts his large tome away. You're not sure where he puts it. He doesn't have a bag of holding. He just sort of slips it behind him, and it just seems to disappear. Is there anything
How did
else
it
you
go?
require from me?
That pretty much covers it.
Right. Oh, another thing. Haven't detected any null presence for a while.
Oh, good. Are they all off the island?
They're either all off the island or starved to death.
Perfect. Then we can get that mine going again.
He walks off. Alright. So, Farax, what do you do now?
So, after...
Welcome to r/. Am I the butthole?
Oh god, I wanna say his name, but I just can't remember it. Number 11's too easy to remember. Akalith?
Yep.
Okay. So, after Akalith teleports away, Fox just kind of shrugs and turns over to, turns to the lizard folk and says in Undercommon, "Alright. Can you all understand me now?"
They look at you.
I take that as a yes. So tell me, how did you all end up becoming slaves?
In unison, they all say, hatched.
Ah, so you grew up in that environment.
They nod their heads. Now you understand why they can't speak Draconic or Common.
Yeah, that... Honestly, I had a feeling that's what it was. Simply because most lizard folk, even at a young age, even if they were taken from a young age, would probably know Draconic. At
Or
least
basic.
some bit. Yeah, the basics. Alright then. Well, I don't know exactly what you were taught about the whole slavery thing, but if you end up surviving and growing strong enough, you will earn your freedom. I am looking to start an order.
The word freedom seems to have them questioning what even is that word.
Freedom is getting to choose what you want to do when you want to do, and not generally having to bow down blindly to someone.
They look at each other and then look back at you.
If you end up growing strong enough in your time here at this camp, learn how to properly hunt, fight, and become capable enough, and manage to impress me enough in, well, a sparring session, then you will earn your freedom and the choices to do what you want. But you will then also get the chance to join the Primal Order, where, yes, I am the leader, and I may ask you to help me with things. But it's a lot less like slavery. You'll get something out of it.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Words from my mouth.
Am I hearing Black Company?
Oh, the Black Company one got me.
You're gonna work them, those scaly boy people to their bones, boy.
Speaking
And
that
then use
cotton,
Oh, yeah.
and then use those bones to work the rest of them.
picking the cotton. That's what you're gonna have him doing, isn't it?
This is not remotely what I meant by
So far, what are their general reaction to what Forex is saying?
They start muttering to themselves with each other.
Of course, that's if you're capable of surviving in the wilderness, becoming one with nature. However, so you do that is up to you. But if you grow strong enough and can do all of that, and earn my respect in a sparring match, well then, you will earn that right to freedom.
Just wanted people to beat up.
I mean,
Though
behind him, he got to beat you up once, and you haven't tried to go for him again, so he needs someone else to beat up.
He's done it twice.
Yeah, and the only other person he's tried to beat up completely and utterly demolished.
But not only will you earn the right to freedom, you will earn the right in the order, where you can not only have freedom, but oh so much more. Actual power. In fact, if you end up growing strong enough, you could even, in a one-on-one combat situation, and an official challenge, end up becoming the Grand Primal of the Order. Of course, you'd have to defeat me in order to do that. Though I would like to see you try.
Leader of the Greenie Party.
Sir, let me just put Farrax down on a map real quick.
Are they actually going to try and fight him?
You just said. You just gave them an order. I'd like to see you try. So now you're just gonna have to show them with brute force.
This won't be a long fight.
These logs are quite big. I made some logs and V control V. I made some logs and the logs look a little big, but oh well.
Would Farks
We
be
don't
able
need
to
to
tell
hear
that
what
they're
happens in your toilet talks.
Would Farks be able to tell that they're pretty much going to start fighting? Because if so, he would just say to the awakened shrubs in Draconic, not to interfere with this.
Sit. Stay.
Pretty much.
Looks at them. I am Groot.
You guys ready to see the epic map I made?
Oh yes.
Gadoosh.
Epic.
It sounds like the person I work for that is like half dead.
Oh my god, they're clones of Faraks.
And he's
Oh
now
my
in the
god, we're all fucked. Could you imagine if there were actually 5 Faraks? That'd be a little bit terrifying.
That'd be very
There's
useful.
monsters everywhere.
That'd be so useful, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it'd be awesome, don't get me wrong.
Alright, so roll initiative. They're going to get a surprise attack on you, but still need initiative rolled.
They'd understand. They'd be like, "Ah, Shrek, right?" But do you think if you pulled out accidentally in love, they'd get it?
Oof, I really do need to get the alert feat or something.
Indeed. You have no idea how close you two were with those rolls. I shall send it so you guys can see.
Oh my god. That is so close. Oh, hold on, let me update my token a little bit.
Is your health not correct?
Yeah, it's not correct. It just needs a minor tweak, I can fix it.
Well, yeah, you guys leveled up recently, didn't you?
Yep.
And I don't think I've updated that yet. Gonna have to get that done at some point. Unfortunately,
Hold up,
12 to
we
phase is
updated.
We're level 8 now.
Updated. Level 8. Oh, that was I think that was a few sessions ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, no,
guys
'cause I
will
thought
only
you-
be leveling up when you take major targets, which means, you've got
Yeah.
the town and the city left, and then you guys will be level 10. So,
Yeah.
there is your
Okay.
goal if you wish to level up.
Yeah, no, I was a bit confused. I'm like, wait, we leveled up? Oh, shit, I wasn't here for last session, so we probably leveled up then. I just had to
No.
double check just to make sure.
No. But you did miss out on one heck of a fight between
Yeah, I know.
Angus and his brother.
I know,
Yeah.
okay. I missed out on quite a lot because the past 3 times I've also passed out and just.
Yep.
It's
It's
cool,
cool.
dude. At least you made the effort to be here.
Yeah, and decide to stick around even
Really-
if you passed out, and then you have
really
for
hard.
certain someone.
I wonder who that is.
I feel like this is a stab at me.
No.
Last week,
Personally-
last week I'll take the stab, or I was playing games. The week before that, I was busy as
It's not even a stab at you.
I think it's the person that's not even here.
I get that. I'm
Well,
just
there's
saying.
2 people that aren't here, but yeah.
I get that. But like, I had adamant reason, except last week because I was just
They're all
playing games.
going to try and tackle you to the ground. Athletics checks all around.
Group up and
Isn't
hit
that
it
his one
till it
weakness?
dies.
Nice.
I mean, they're not trying to help each other. None of them have given each other advantage. So
They're all just going one by one.
they're all
Hurrah.
gonna try
Hurrah.
and dogpile. But none of them are giving each other advantage, so athletics check facts.
Ooh, don't I have... I think I have 1 inspiration.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it mainly because, like, just getting dogpiled is not a good situation with this many people. What is up with my rolls today?
So, as you say that, you see them all look towards each other, and then they rush you as you hop over the log behind you, watching them basically run into each other and smack into each other as you move away. You're like, oh no, an 11. Well, all of them got below 9.
Okay, well that was a waste of inspiration, but again, even though these,
You never know.
yeah, I mean,
With
Fox
5
doesn't
rolls,
really want to.
With 5
Fox
rolls
doesn't-
against you, it's usually a sure bet that at least one of them's in the high 10s. But this time, happy now.
Yeah, in full honesty, I just really didn't want to have Fox pull out the wild shape for something like this, because of course that'd be the best way to get out of this.
So, as that was their sneak attack, it is now initiative. They're now going to run towards you, and realizing that dogpiling's not going to work, they're going to attempt to hit you.
Hit him till he dies.
I'd like to see you try. Yes, master. Starts beating you. Alright, so does a 10 beat your AC?
No, just to let you know, anything under a 20 will not hit.
I know, I'm just gonna go through this though, just so that you can sit there feeling lordly. Does a 19 hit your AC?
Oh, that's so close, but no.
Does a 15 hit your AC?
Nope.
Does a 22 hit your AC?
That does actually hit.
And does a 17 hit your AC?
Nope.
You feel the back of your head get punched as you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh wow, they have pretty good strength.
No, so remember, so standard unarmed attacks is 1d4. If you get the brawler feat or the tavern brawler feat,
The tavern
it goes
brawler
up
feat.
to a d6.
Okay. Hold on, let me look at what the bite attack is, because it would actually probably be better for them.
It might be, but they're not going to attempt that just in case you grab their tongue and tear it out.
Do it.
You know what, that's fair.
But if they get you down, it means that they all are now the leader, and you've just lost your primals.
Honestly, that would be hilarious.
Oh, don't worry. In the moment Fox gets like down to half health, he's probably gonna end up wild shaping
So
at
it's
the
your
very least.
turn, Fax. What are you doing?
Fox is just going to turn around and look at the one that hit him, and he's going to say, "Not bad," and then he's going to attack him.
Alright. With what weapon?
So it is the Obsidian Dagger, but is non-lethal, so I think it's only a 1d4 damage.
So you're going to be hitting it with the butt. You may as well just be punching them.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the Tavern Brawler feat.
Cody's
Oh,
disappeared.
Dude, your normal punch will just be a d4.
Really?
Yes. If you get the Tavern Brawler feat, it becomes a d6 instead.
Question is, would I be proficient in that?
Yes.
Everyone's proficient in unarmed strikes.
It's just those little bits of joy I give my players to make them feel slightly better than the standard commoner.
Fox, because you're a really great DM, at some point today, Can I use
No.
my Die Destiny before it expires?
When does it expire?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday.
Like,
Through
2
my
days.
rolls. Like,
Consider
look
it-
at my rolls.
Or
They
will
are
it
just
stay there until next week?
fucking awful. Like,
Don't you have extra attack? Is that something you
you
get?
know what?
Druids don't.
No.
They only get one wild shaped.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because druids feel like a melee class to me, or a magic.
You go for a punch and you miss.
Looks like you're a bit better than I thought you were, and he is saying all this in Undercommon.
Yep. Is that your time?
Do I have a bonus action? I would have a bonus action. I really. You know what? Feeding. No, wait, that probably kill him, because I'm assuming these guys don't have a ton of HP.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go for the feeding frenzy.
They're
Do you
your-
have to?
So the feeding frenzy is a special bonus action attack that lizard folk get to restore HP.
Yep.
It's not a lot, but it's something.
Yep. So are you gonna? Is that your turn then?
Yep, that's going to be Farx's turn. And screw my rolls today.
So, does a 16 hit? Does
Nope.
a 5 hit?
Nope.
Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
And does a 16 hit?
Nope.
And then it's your turn. As you just start dodging each blow that comes your way.
Farx is going to go for another punch on the one that managed to actually hit him.
Right.
So do I count as proficient with these unarmed strikes?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's page 160. Everyone's proficient with unarmed strikes.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
You're proficient with throwing down.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So you punch again, and it dodges again.
What is fucking up with my rolls today?
Just restart your roll 20, see if that fixes it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reload it.
Are you alive?
While that's
Better.
happening, I shall roll their attacks. Alright, I can
Better.
tell you now that all of them except one miss.
What
But
do you-
I shall go through it again.
What do you try to meta, Charlie? I keep hearing you say meta.
I was just saying, like, meta, like, I believe Angerfist, when Angerfist and Farx had their fight at, like, the Marauder's place, I'm pretty sure Angerfist told him to stick to spellcasting.
Yeah.
You should take his
Well-
advice.
Here's the thing, you cannot, I don't think
Yeah,
there's
I
a
know,
way
you
to
can't-
non-
Yeah,
You can't non-lethal.
in my game,
Magic,
you
yeah.
cannot non-lethal magic be also not non-lethal piercing and slashing damage.
So, say like with the Wind Wall spell, since that's magical bludgeoning, that could be non-lethal.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
Anything that's bludgeoning, I would say, would be non-lethal if you specify it, so.
Okay, that's nice.
Anyway, so, let me go through. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
Does a 7 hit?
Nope.
Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
Does an 8 hit?
Nope.
And does this nat 20 hit?
Oh, frig, okay.
This time it's the person behind you again. They keep sucker punching you from the back. You take 6 more bludgeoning damage.
Soon they're going to start fighting each other to get behind him.
Just like his weak spot is behind him, everyone shuffles to the back, starts wailing on you from behind.
I am invincible!
Arx
Unless you hit me
feels
in the back of the head.
Arx feels that punch again from the same guy. He's like,
Nah,
and he
not the
just
same guy.
gives it.
It's the one.
Different
the
guy.
other, yeah. So because you
Oh, okay.
turned to face the other one, it's now the one that you were originally facing. That punch you in the head. They keep sucker punching me in the head.
They're
They
bullying
keep
you by the
doing
sounds
it.
of it.
I mean, they are pretty much surrounding me and doing the punch him till he dies method.
Jimus is so proud.
Oh yeah, Fox is actually decently impressed.
Alright, Fox, it's your turn.
The one who got the nat 20 Fox is going to spin around and attack him non-lethally, obviously. Hunt.
Oh, right, yeah. The reason why you missed a pretty good fight, Cody, is because Troy was getting on average a crit every third roll.
Yeah.
It's going down by one each and every goddamn time.
Dear God.
And it seems like Firex is experiencing the exact opposite of that.
He'll roll a nat 20 and yeah, kill one of them. I bet you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Alright. Gonna guess it's their turn now?
Man,
Yeah.
starting to feel kind of cocky.
Oh,
They've landed 2 hits. This
Does
guy
a
hasn't landed
6
1.
Does a 6 hit?
No.
Does a 19 hit?
No.
Does an 8 hit?
No.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
Your turn.
Literally the only reason I don't think they'll feel cocky now is the sort of fact, yeah, he hasn't landed a single hit on us, but we aren't landing any on him.
Fox is going to go in for another punch at the one that did the nat 20.
Alright. Hey!
Finally!
You hit
On my French, but
1d4 plus your strength. So you uppercut and his eyes roll to the back of his head as he just sort of falls over.
Fox will say after that, don't worry, he's not dead. Just knocked out.
I mean, if his head hit the log, he might be dead.
You have to roll for it?
You know what? I shall, now that someone said.
Oh, God. Good thing I have Revivify, so...
Sadly, it looks like they smacked their head, so now let me roll a D slash 1d4.
Wait a minute. Did I actually snag Spare the Die?
Oops, I did not mean to put that, so just, it's 4
That's not
bludgeoning
one of the things
damage.
that's on Fox's spell list because I remember getting upset at the fact that it wasn't.
So 4
Magic
bludgeoning damage.
Initiate. I have Magic Initiate Cleric.
He did not take enough damage this round to get permanently killed, so he is knocked out.
Damn it.
Okay, good.
So, it is now their
Fox,
turn.
Yeah, so Fox says after that in common, don't worry, he's not dead. I don't plan on
They
killing
push
any
the
of you.
person out of the way as they are going to attempt to start hitting you again. Oh!
Another nat 20?
Oh, no, the first one that had advantage got 2 18s, everyone else didn't get shit. So 1 hit, 18 plus their modifier.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You needed to give him pack tactics.
I mean, they've got advantage right now because they're currently sandwiching Varus. Alright, you take 4 bludgeoning damage from the one Oh, it would be the one in front of you that pushed the other one away. They punch you square in the snout.
Why fight, brothers? Why Zerberg wants to... Oh my gosh.
I'm guessing these guys don't have any armor on, do they?
Just
like
their natural armor.
Yeah, okay, so it's only going to be, I think, a 12? I don't know. I gotta look at Lizard Folk.
It
No,
says,
actually, it's a 15. It's a 15. Okay, so they got a pretty decent AC.
what are effectively commoners.
Yeah. So how much damage did the one that hit deal?
You also have the small thing. Small cream bean come now. Alright, I'm back. So, it's your turn. What are you doing now?
How much damage did the one that hit me
4.
deal? Okay.
You know, that's 15 damage so far from these very low level individuals. This is why you never get sandwiched.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Fox is going to, spin around and punch the one behind him.
Not the one that punched you in the snout?
Nope, he's going to save that one for last.
Alright, so, because he had the balls to punch you in the face. Alright, roll the attack.
Yeah. God damn it.
Spin around, you make a punch, and it misses. Is that your turn?
Yeah. You see, this is an example of RNG screwing you over.
Alright, so good news. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
A 19?
Nope.
A 13?
Nope.
A 20?
That just hits.
The one that punched you in the snout is now punching you in the back of the head. He seems to be the most accurate of them so far. This is his second punch towards you. 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Alright, it's your turn. As you get punched in the back of the head.
Still gonna go for the one that, punched, the one that I'm still facing, the one I tried to
Alright.
attack earlier.
Roll an attack.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, roll me a d2.
Look at this!
Roll me a d2.
Look at
Okay, so, you go to make a punch, and you miss. Alright, it's their turn.
Do you guys see this? It's
So,
slowly
you know what
going.
would have happened? You know what would have happened if you rolled a 2?
I would have punched the guy on the ground.
No, because you're currently looking at the person punching in the back of the head first time, so
Wow. Yeah,
you
that's
would have
fair.
accidentally elbowed the one behind you.
That would have been funny.
Alright, their attacks, none of them hit. Because it is a 19, 13, 12, and 13.
God, my RNG today.
You just hear from the dark recesses of your mind. You should stick to magic.
You're good at that.
You evil bastard.
Going to try and punch the one I've been trying to punch here for such a while.
Yep.
Come on, natural 1.
Don't jinx him for another. Okay, you hit.
Troy, you're I mean, I understand.
You're welcome.
Doing that. Man. Okay, I'll roll damage. Another 5 damage.
Oh, that one passes out too.
After Fox says that, he says, "You know, you're not doing half bad. Though it's the fact that you're not quite able to take a hit yet. That's the issue."
You got good hits. You got good hitting potential, kid. But your grit's bad. We're gonna have to work on your grit.
You're a glass cannon, boy. You're a glass cannon.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
This one's gonna move here. Let's give advantage. No, that's give advantage, like so. So now it's only 3 attacks with advantage. You ought to be fucking kidding me.
What? Did all of them get nat 20s? I swear to God, if they all
So,
did.
21,
Okay,
15,
that doesn't hit.
and the other one, which had advantage, got 2 nat 20s.
Ooh,
Oh my
nat
frig.
true. Is that true? No, I don't know. Blah blah.
I think I might make that a heroic strike. Yeah, I'll make that a heroic strike. Alright, so the one behind you hits you again in the back of the head because you're not turning around, and the one that is now next to the one you just punched the lights out blindsides you with 2 4s is 8 plus 1 is 9. Alright, cool. With all up, you take 13 bludgeoning damage. That is
Fox
substantial. That is a substantial bludgeoning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much with the first one that hit?
All up is 13.
Oh, all up 13. Okay.
Yeah. So it would have been 4 bludgeoning from behind and 9 bludgeoning from your side.
So with that punch, Fox kind of gives a chuckle.
Yeah, imagine if you gave them alert feat, tavern brawler, and then found a way to get pack tactics working. God, these guys would just be all over individual targets. Anyway. So, Fox, it's now your turn. If I'm not mistaken, you're getting very close to half health.
Oh yeah. Fox is very much impressed.
If you can't hit them and they somehow keep hitting you, they might actually. Anyway, it's your turn.
James, is here like free advertisement?
Yeah. My slaves are the highest quality slaves.
Anyway,
Walker
hold on.
wants to know your location.
So after Fox gets punched, he chuckles and says, you all definitely do seem to have potential. But I don't think that potential's quite unlocked quite yet. As Fox is then going to go in for the punch on the one that gave him the heroic strike.
Alright, so the one that got a good old left hook off on you. Roll your attack.
And we're back to this.
And you miss. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Their turn again. Alright, so the one that, oh my god, the one behind you is just sucker punching you over and over. A 20, a 19, and a 14. The one behind you continuously sucker punching you. You take 2 bludgeoning damage this time from the one behind you. You're gonna have a sore head in the morning.
Oh yeah. Meta, I really
your
need
turn.
to improve Farax's melee combat.
He's a druid.
Or you could.
Yes, but that's somewhat part of druid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
But
Current was great.
They have
at
wild shape, which is a
melee.
great.
Oh,
I
Callan was
played-
an idiot.
I played Current with a melee build, but then again, I play everything as a muscle build.
I am going to attempt to attack the same one again.
Alright. Also, it probably helped that Current got, bitten by a werebear and failed his curse.
That would be quite
So-
a nice boost.
There
for
we
him.
go.
Alright. So you're going for the same one again?
Yep.
Alright. You hit.
Non-lethal, naturally.
Yep. The problem is that if you get maximum, if you roll maximum, you almost deal a deathly blow regardless. Their health is 5.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what it was.
Alright. That's your turn?
Yep.
And this one's going to step to this side, and now it's down to this. Okay. 21 and 22.
Oh, no! I just imagine they both come in with their fists at the same time and punch him to the side of the head on
Yep.
each side.
As you take 6 bludgeoning damage. I believe you're at half health now. You should be at 46 health, yeah. So
I am
believe you're at,
I am effectively 1 or 2 HP away from half health.
well, if it's 50, if it's 85, then half should be around where you are now.
Actually, hold on. Boo, boo, boo.
42 and a half. Is
Yeah.
half.
So
42
I
and a
am.
half, only.
Yeah, so if we round that up to 43, I'm like 3 HP away.
Right,
Close as
It's
hell.
your
though.
turn. So the one to your right, or at least, yeah, Fax is right. No, is the one that has missed you so far. The one to your left is the one that has been getting constant hits on you. With the one to your right, has only just hit you then.
I am going to attack the one that's been constantly hitting me.
Alright. Roll the attack. You crit. This could be bad. This could
Oh,
be
no.
bad.
A good thing I have Revivify. I actually took Revivify just...
Oh wait, no, it is bad. 6 plus, hang on. So what is it? A 5 plus 4 is 9. Even rolling a 1 is going to kill this individual.
That's how you do crit rolls, right? Because
You've been rolling plus 5s this entire time with your D4. Why are you only doing a plus 3 this time?
no, it's only been a plus 3.
No, plus 5.
Yeah.
Plus,
It's just that you haven't hit. No, it's weird. Like that's
plus
plus
5,
3.
plus 3.
Wait, what? Plus 5? Where the hell has that been coming from? I've been putting in fucking 3.
So
The most recent one was a plus 5.
Yeah, the most recent one was plus 5.
The rest were plus 3, though.
Okay. Well, in that case, you have not killed them outright, but
I got very close.
You see a tooth fly out as they sort of spin around and fall over. Last one's gonna try and crash tackle you.
All right, athletic check.
It is indeed an athletics check. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
The bad news is there is no way in hell they were going to get that roll unless they got a natural 20.
Okay, good news then.
The good news is they got a nat 1. So, you jump up as you hear them take a few steps backwards as they leap at you, as they fall, and you drop onto their chest, pushing all of their air out and basically knocking them out. Alright, they are all now knocked out.
Fox. Let's see, hold on a sec. Fox is just going to kind of like look at all of them and chuckle. As he will then level 1 cure wounds them all. Wait a minute, cure wounds? Yeah, cure wounds. Screw it.
So you are aware that you only have 4 level 1 spell slots, right?
Yeah, the one that got the heroic strike gets a healing potion.
Right. So you just pour it down their gullet, hoping they don't accidentally drown.
Pretty much.
Cool. So after that, so do you have names for any of them? As they don't exactly have names.
So I'm guessing they all wake up not long after he does the healing.
Yeah.
Fox says, "Not half bad. I didn't quite intend you to fight me yet, but that was a good demonstration of the potential you have. You can still definitely grow stronger, and in full honesty, I didn't even show you a fraction of my power."
This is not even my final form.
Literally.
For that, you have to be a wall.
Just wait until I turn into an animal.
So
So,
do you have names for any of them?
Have any of you ever been given names at all?
They seem confused by the word name.
It's what you're called.
Slave.
They all reply slave.
I know it.
That's more of a title than a name.
Farrock's here talking about titles.
Titles,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
Newbeck is sitting there as Baron Gur. Jimus is about to become Prince Jimus.
And Anger Fist is.
Fox is going to pull out like some paint and write down.
He pulls out the big book of
And so Fox is going to pull out some like kind of like that tribalistic kind of paint.
Yep.
And in Druidic, he's going to put down on the one that got the heroic strike, Alpha.
Alright, so the one that
got
the
punching him repeatedly in the back of the head, he's going to put in a Druidic symbol, Omega. And then it's basically going to be Beta, Gamma, and what's another one?
Sigma.
how's it Omega? So, how's Omega spelled?
Omega.
I have a hard time with Omega myself.
Alright, so Alpha, Omega, and the rest are just named.
Yep, Beta, Gamma, and Sigma.
Sigmatic. Beta is BATA, right?
BETA.
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 I do have a hard time with those words as
Beta.
well.
Alpha, Omega, Beta. What was the next one?
Gamma.
Is Gamma GAMER?
I believe it's GAMMA.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Double
Yeah.
name. And finally, we don't need to ask how Sigma is, because Sigma.
So after Fox puts a symbol on
Omega is
all
the
of
one missing a tooth, by the way.
yeah.
Like, it establishes like.
So after Fox puts the symbols on all of them, he says, "For the time being, until you discover what you yourself want to be called, I have all given you these temporary names. If you want to keep them, that's fine." And he
Sigma
basically
is
points.
changing their name right now. They're not gonna be the butt of a joke.
You're right. They're
not-
going to change their name from. They're going to change one letter of their name. They're changing the S to an L.
Actually, he really doesn't mean Omega as an insult.
No, it's Sigma.
Oh, Sigma. Oh.
There we go.
Did you
Go
think it
on,
was
say
Sigma?
it. Go on.
I cannot see their names, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, I changed Sigma to Sukma.
Pragmatic.
Nah, I'll leave them as Sigma. He can just pull a Jimmy's if anyone makes a joke about it and just kill them outright, you know?
That's the spirit.
Gets it done easy.
What about if I'm the one that makes a joke?
Then they're clearly going to die.
Exactly.
So that
That's just my point.
it's either kill them or be killed. Either way gets rid of it.
No.
Yeah.
So after Fox points at all of them and what their names are, these are what you will be called and what I'll refer you to as. Again, if you want to change your name, just pretty much let me know so I can call you by it. In your time here, you will learn how to hunt and survive in the wild, how to commune and work and harness the strength of nature. And by the end of all of it, you should all be strong enough to never be called a slave again. At worst, you will be called a colleague.
Slowly considers what Jimis is going to be calling them. How are your slaves, Farox? How are you, Farox's slave?
Then that's when you die.
Anyway, continuing on. Now this camp will be your main base of operations. This is where you will sleep, eat, gather any resources you collect, such as plants for healing herbs, whatever. I encourage you to learn all that you can. I will naturally check up on you from time to time. And remember to spar and train with one another to grow stronger. And do not kill each other, or at least try not to kill each other. I'd much rather none of you kill each other.
Oh, I forgot to say, these Dragonborn, due to the fact that not Dragonborn, these lizard folk, due to the fact that they've been underground, their pigmentation is a little lighter, and it's more of a brown, along with their faces being a lot different to yours, so they're not from the same, group as you.
Now, if you do have any questions when I come to visit, any questions you want to ask about anything, if I'm able to answer, I'll answer for you. Obviously, you haven't grown up like I've grown up. Or like most would have grown up. You were hatched into something.
You do
Which-
see a particular individual watching them from the tree line.
Fox will, point, I'm guessing it's Maneater.
Yep.
Fox will point over to, Maneater in the trees. And he'll say, "That is Maneater. I highly recommend you don't do anything to piss him off. He's technically one of the first primals, and like I said, even when you're a part of my order, you still get the freedom to do as you want. Preferably you don't kill other primals or primal trainees, but if you piss him off, and if I'm not around to stop him, he'll probably have you for a snack."
Meta, yeah, you get to do pretty much whatever you want except eat the only human in the group.
And of course, there are still some things, such as, not killing each other during this time period. Look at each other as compatriots and work together to survive out here. Once you begin to grow stronger individually, you don't need to work together nearly as much. Though it would still be good for all of you to stick together. At least to some level. Fox will then pull out 5 spears, and actually he'll pull out 2 spears for all of them.
Tryouts.
These will be... Actually, Fox will give each of them 3 spears, because he has like 20 spears in his bag of holding.
Aren't they all like bone spears?
No, they're actual spears.
Damn.
He told me I'm not allowed to make bone spears.
Yeah, you haven't found anything big enough
Yeah.
yet.
These are just normal spears that he actually bought.
You haven't found anything big enough yet.
Well, he knows of 2 things big enough. It's just that they will beat the ever-living crap out of it.
No, but even then, your longest bowing's not a spear. Like, if you had to make a short sword, but like not a spear.
During this introduction period, you will be provided with spears, although you may be able to learn how to craft weapons out of bones, like I have. It really depends on what you all want to focus on in your training. The one major rule, other than, of course, not killing one another, is you are not permitted to leave the forest. If any of you do leave the forest before the training is over, then, trust me, the next time I find you, I will think you cowardice and eliminate the weak stock. And if any of you ever do want to challenge me for leadership, it has to be a one-on-one bout. No group conflict. There can only be one leader, and they need to be the strongest. Or the most
Once they
capable.
learn what alpha means, alpha's gonna just be like, well, looks like I'm already it. Come at me,
Yeah.
boys.
I was waiting for Manny to be like, really?
Fox made it clear that Grand Primal is like
the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though he does have very high hopes for Alpha and Omega.
I hope they failed your expectations.
They might.
You see him just climbs the ranks and he's one, and he's just staring at everyone else like, yeah. Fucking
But as long as you do not leave the forest or kill one another or bother Maneater, I don't really see any way of you dying unless you act stupidly. I do have
Yeah.
some things helping to protect the camp if anything overly strong comes along. And Fox will basically say in Draconic to make sure anything that enters the camp to try and kill them, they attack. Except for Maneater.
Anything that enters, alright.
Well, so Fox would designate, actually he'd say wild animals, actually. Any wild animals that enter the camp, to try and kill them, they fight. And if any individuals enter the camp and immediately attack them to try and kill them, then they defend them as well. With the exception of Maneater. So basically, meta, if Jimis comes along and tries to kill them, the Awakened Shrubs will attack him.
Yep.
But they won't do anything if he just enters the camp.
I'd be more worried about the other stuff in the forest than just, like...
I
I'll be
mean, I
worried
will
about-
say, I made sure that this camp was far enough away from the border of Pharaoh's territory and the Marauders.
Do they know the border? Do they know the Marauders? Like...
Actually,
One sec.
hold on. Shh. Fox will then say, also, one more piece of advice. Further to the north, and Fox would point north, is a group known as the Marauders. If you end up crossing over into their territory, they will not hesitate to kill you.
I didn't want you to lose 5 people off the bat for not wording things right. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to do that anyway. You just reminded me. I will be sure to mark out where their border is and the... Do any of you know how to read, actually?
You're gonna have to send them to Genesis school, aren't you?
Like, Fox is asking if they know how to read.
It's funny. Funny because me and Gymnast were just talking about how much
I can't hear talks.
Oh, sorry.
They blinked at you.
They look at me?
They just blink at you.
No, it's fun.
Fox just kind of like, sort of like, strokes his chin. Tell you what. In the morning, I'll show you all where the border is. You follow my movements exactly. I'll even set up markings to help remind you not to cross a certain boundary.
They nod their heads.
Good.
This they
Other-
understand. Reading, what is that?
And I think that's generally it you all need to keep an eye out for. As long as you do, I highly doubt seeing any of you die due to just small wildlife. But one thing to remember, no matter how strong you are, if you do encounter someone stronger, it is always better to leave the fight and survive so you can fight again another day.
So, Here's good old Alpha.
Oh my god, they are so fucking weird looking meta. Oh my god!
They're from a different clutch.
I know, but still! I will also say, is Maneater still watching on?
No, Maneater seems to have moved on.
Okay.
The only differences seem to be sort of their eyes and very slight differences in their coloration.
Is it just me, or does it look like Alpha has cross eyes?
Nope, that is just how the eyes look in the thing.
I have to tell you, they look so weird looking, but also cool a little at the same time.
Nice.
Basically, what
So-
Alpha looks like will be what they all look like, unless, of course, you want them to specialize into individual things. Like, if you want one to go Ranger, Barbarian, another Ranger Rogue, another Ranger Fighter, and then another Ranger something else, and then finally another Ranger, I don't know, Bard. Though probably not Ranger Bard, because Wise Bard once said, "Do not fuck that dragon, but this brothel is mine."
I'm sorry, but I saw you put Alpha in there, and the only thing that came to mind was this.
Oh my god, actually, yes.
In fact, I might
Except
actually,
the colorations are back to front.
Yeah.
I might even actually just give it Goliath skin, because that's more towards the color of stone, which is what they
Yeah.
would have had to deal with in the Underdark.
I mean, to be fair, it's not necessarily a super bad clash in terms of camouflage. You know, even with the stonish skin. It's just not the best. Like, Forex is the best off in terms of camouflage.
Yeah, Maneater's a pale looking dude, and he does pretty good.
Yeah. Although, he's a nimble motherfucker. He always ends up in trees or something. Alright. That's pretty much everything to go over. Rest up, and in the morning, I'll take you out to look around the territory, and of course, point out the Marauders' locations so you don't go anywhere near there.
I have changed their design, and I shall send it soon.
After Fox, pretty much tells them to rest up, for the morning and whatnot. He'll head off back to the camp. And he'll keep an eye out for Maneater, because he does want to at least tell him, actually tell him not to try and kill those lizard folk.
Try to.
Well,
What do you
don't.
mean try?
Actually, he's gonna I'm gonna rephrase that, but you get my point.
Yeah. He'll try, but he won't really care if it happens, I guess. Alright. So, complete change, because I realize that they are cave.
Yeah, the first one looks more like a swamp kind of setting, I will say. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still not bad. They still look weird. Oh, that's actually cool. That's actually really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, right before Forex leaves, he'd say, "Oh, also, if you see any individuals wearing, and he'd point to the coloring that he had, the black and gold coloring he has on himself. If you see anyone wearing these colors, don't attack them. They're allies of my order. Because if you do attack them, I will kill you without hesitation. Or they'll kill you without hesitation, one or the other."
Either way, you die.
And then you would lose a part of your body most likely too.
It just depends on who they attack, depends on how quickly.
Yeah. And then Fox would head off to his camp.
Right. So, is there anything else you want to do for your time skip? Or shall I move on to the next person?
Fox would pretty much just check up on them every so often, maybe give them pointers and different types of training.
Roll me a d20 plus 5.
Okay. Yeah, basically his leftover 8 hours each day would be spent doing that.
After the 4.5 weeks of doing the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, after the 4.5 weeks of doing the thing.
So d20 plus 5. Right. So, now roll me a d3. Good news. You separated the weak. Bad news. Choose beta, gamma, or sigma to die.
Ooh. You gonna choose one or roll one? Nice. He has to choose. He does have to choose.
You know, Beta's already at the bottom. Nah.
Choose Sigma.
Really?
Get rid of Sigma.
Yeah, okay, I don't even think Sigma hit me once. Or he might have hit me once.
Sigma hit you
yeah,
once.
let's
One of
go
them
ahead and
also
pick.
hit you once, but you knocked them out before they could hit you again.
Yeah. So let's go with Sigma.
Sigma is dead.
How did he die? Like, Fox would ask that.
You've noticed for a few days Sigma has looked a little worse for wear. And then one day he just disappeared.
I'd ask the
Licked
others
lips.
what happened to Sigma.
And they'd tell you they wouldn't know, and for a couple of days you'd be wondering, and you'd eventually find him, or well, what's left of him that the animals didn't already eat.
Yes, he weren't strong enough.
You do notice that the bones seem to have markings on them.
What kind of markings?
Do you speak Abyssal?
Hold on a second. Was Fox the one that ended up gaining Abyssal randomly?
Not on
No.
your character sheet?
No, that was your other character.
Yeah, you're thinking of Leroy.
Okay, yeah, Fox doesn't need it. Seeing those symbols, he'd actually, use Detect Magic as a ritual.
Right. Seems like whatever was on here was somehow inscribed in during the egg's creation. And by the time this creature was born, the bones had already had the markings on them. However, these ones that you're looking at seem to be necrotic in nature.
Odd.
So yeah, there's not much left, just bones.
Fox would take, would actually... Does Fox know... Would Fox know anyone in Banditfield who could speak Abyssal? Actually, he probably could go to the salesman and ask.
Stockman.
Yep, Stockman. Why did I say salesman?
Because that is because the salesman is effectively Chris's Stockman. Except the salesman can appear anywhere.
Stockman can too.
So-
He just has to be in a. He just has to be in his caravan.
So, any bones that have the abyssal markings on them, Fox would put into his bag of holdings, bury what's left of him, for the earth to utilize.
All of the bones have symbols on them.
Do any of them seem to match?
You're not sure.
Fox will go ahead and take like a relatively decent sized bone and put that in his bag of holding to show to Stockman. And he'd basically bury the rest. Until, if say like he needed it for any reason.
Instruction is to build your own lizard folk.
But yeah, Fox
Like
would
build
then Fox would then head to Stockman.
Yeah. So, you head to Stockman.
Hello, Stockman.
What brings you here?
Well, I found something strange on a lizard folk corpse. Symbols that are related to necrotic. I was looking for information on what it means. Obviously, I'd pay you for the information. And Fox will pull out the piece of bone he took.
He looks at you with a quizzical look. You are aware I sell items.
Do you know anyone I could go to then who'd be able to give me some
He looks
info?
over the bones. The bone that you brought. And I'm not exactly akin to magic when it comes to runic magic.
Alright.
I sell a lot of things, and I know a lot of things about the things that I sell, but the things that I don't know about, those are the things that I don't sell.
Do you know anyone I could potentially go to?
This is the black market. I'm sure someone around here will help.
Alright. Fox will take a gold coin and, like, flip it to him.
You
Thanks.
throw a coin and it just falls into his pile.
Pretty much. Like, if there's actually a pile, Fox will go ahead and just throw it in there.
He stands amongst a pile.
Okay, then.
Sure, it's where the majority of his height comes from.
I'm not gonna lie, Stockman is one character Fox has barely ever interacted. Or that I've even interacted with.
It's because Farex doesn't really buy stuff from You don't really.
Yeah.
Farex doesn't really buy magic items and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You could actually sell him potions, and he can just sell the potions. Anyway, Forex will look around the black market for to try and figure out what these symbols would mean. If he's not able to find anyone on this day, he'd go back there every so often. To see if he could.
On day 3 of you looking around, because I'm gonna guess you don't look for too long. The bone's missing.
The bone ends up missing?
Yep.
Fox is going to head to where the burial site is.
Yep.
He'd also stop by the camp just to see if anything else changed or if any more of them are gone.
So, camp looks fine. You can see the other ones are sort of just kicking around. You have noticed that there's a lot more hides around the place now.
Fox gives them a nod of approval to that. So none of them look like the way Sigma was going, right? Wait a minute, was it? Yeah, it was Sigma I killed. Or chose to be.
Most of them look quite healthy. You can tell Omega has got something wrong with them, but you're not sure what.
He will come back to that, but first he's going to see about the, about where he buried, Sigma.
You see there is a bone sitting on top of the part of where the burial is.
Fox will go ahead and, unbury it. Unbury, the corpse.
The corpse is there. However, it seems like it has darkened somewhat. In fact, it is now just black. It is now just black, bone, by looks things.
Has anything happened to the the bone he had in his bag? Because I know
that was missing.
Yeah, it ended up being up on top of the grave, right?
Yep.
has that bone changed at all?
It also seems to have blackened.
Does any of the plant life seem like, is anything strange going on with the plant life?
No, but you do notice that the head is missing.
Odd. Fox will go ahead and take the bone that disappeared again.
You pick up the bone and it seems like the entire body moves. As if you're dragging the body by a bone.
Fox is very interested in this.
Yeah, I know someone else would be interested in this.
Oh yeah.
I'm quite interested as well, to be honest.
Fox is just going to go ahead and put the bone back down and re-bury the body, mainly just to keep anything from, wandering off with it. Like a wild dog or something.
I know.
And he's going to head back to the camp with the lizard folk in it.
Right on.
And he's going to go over to Omega. Looks like you're beginning to feel a bit under the weather or something.
I feel fine.
You look, I guess you just look a little worse for wear. Has anything strange happened to any of you?
They don't. None of them seem to talk about anything strange happening.
Well, just in case, Forex uses Lesser Restoration on Omega. Does that seem to do anything?
Yes. It seems to be a spell.
I mean, like, does it seem to, like, do anything to make him feel, or look slightly better?
Yeah, looks like they seem slightly better though. It seems like whatever was going on seemed more cosmetic or just not taking care of how they look, sort of thing.
Let me know if any of you do end up getting sick. I will say, no matter how strong you are, poison or disease can struck down even the strongest. Well, with maybe very few examples, but that is in such a high realm of strength that, and honestly, it'd be hard to get up to that point. And after that, Fox would, sort of just, like, start on his, like, little patrol route, and during that time, he'd, actually use the Sending Stone to Jimus.
Jimus would answer.
Hey, Jimus, you remember those 5 lizard folk you gave me?
Yep.
Well, one of them ended up dying from... Well, I'm not really sure what they died from.
Oh.
But in the last 3 days since I found their body... Actually, when I discovered the body, it had magical runes on all the bones. And from what I could tell, it's necrotic magic that was put onto them at birth. Or put onto the bones at birth.
That is interesting.
Yes, and Actually, the bone that I had in my bag of holding that I was going to use to try and look into that ended up disappearing and reappeared on top of the grave. And when I tried to take it, it ended up moving the whole body. Like they're connected by, well, magic, I guess. You're welcome to come here and check it out if you want.
Gemus would teleport. Oh, are you at your camp?
No, let me... Well, which camp do you mean? The camp that those lizard folk are at, or my main camp?
Did you set them up with their inside camp?
Yes.
I don't think I've got anything to that one, so it would need to be yours.
Alright, I'll head to my main camp.
Okay, and then Gemus would teleport there.
Fox would actually tell you to probably hold off until he says he's there, just because Maneater.
Alright.
Oh yes, Maneater, who still wants to eat Ace.
And once Fox is there, he'd say, alright, I'm here.
So what week number is this?
This would be after the 4-week time skip.
Alright. So
So
Gemus
by
would
now,
show up looking like that.
Hold on,
Gemus
I'm really confused.
I just
Gemus
posted
is
his
now a
appearance in Evil.
prince. He's a fresh prince of Bel Air.
That
Oh,
needs
that's...
to be a location. I'm going to make sure that's a thing.
So let's get this
Oh,
straight. City Alexander and town Bel Air. And it's going to be, you're going to make the town's focal point a cathedral with 900 bells.
So Gemus would show up looking like that, Fox.
He honestly really wouldn't care.
Perfect. What can I help you with?
Fox would say, this way, and he'd lead you to the gravesite.
Gemus follows. Oh, where's Maneater? I'm supposed to give him a wave.
Honestly, I have no idea. He's probably just lurking around.
Can I spot him around me?
Nope.
Alright.
Could be up in a tree. He's been climbing up trees an awful lot lately.
He's training for a particular bell tower or lookout tower.
No, that's fair.
I love that.
I'm not gonna lie, Fox might end up training like that at some point. So, Tox, do we make it to the gravesite?
Yes, you make it to the gravesite. I'm going to require both of you to roll me wisdom saving throws as you approach the gravesite.
$21.
Ferrex? Right, you both succeed. As you enter where the location is, you can see that the bush around has the forest around this one location has gone eerily darker. The canopy has grown thicker, and the brush has grown much more jagged.
Ah, shit. Looks like I'm gonna have to end up burning down this area.
Why?
This is not natural growth. It was normal like this just a little while ago.
I'm going to
cast Detect Magic.
You're going to cast Detect Magic? Does the School of Magic is that correct?
Yep, shows me a School of Magic.
What would you say the School of Magic would be if... Oh, sorry. It seems like illusionary magic, except this illusionary magic seems very real. It would be in meta, it would be an intelligence check to discern these as fakes, but the wisdom save was for something else.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Some
so
of
what do you
this
want to
isn't
do now?
real, Farx.
Really? Illusion magic, I'm guessing.
Yes.
As you stand in here, you can see through the trees a eerily amethyst light is all around you as you're standing near this grave. It's a very misty color, very dull.
Very
Farx,
effective.
who's here?
One of the slaves that ended up dying.
How do you know it was them?
It seemed like them. They were lizard folk.
And you found their body, not just their bones?
I found their body, or what remained. Animals did pick at it, but from what I could tell, it was them.
Alright.
Jim's is there like, alright, we need test subjects. Bring one of them.
Bring me one of them.
Farx will...
I knew it.
Farx will just kind of shrug and head off.
As
And,
you head off, roll me a charisma saving throw, Farx.
okay. Wait a minute, hold on, I have a do I have a ring of protection? No, I do
No,
not.
but you've got the potion thing that gives you +1.
Potion thing? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I have something additional for saving throws.
Like, he was one of the only people that didn't get the +1. He got the other effect of it, which is like advantage, I think.
Against magic, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd have advantage on this. Thank God, because I only have a +1 in that.
Yeah, like, him and Watt are like the only two that got that.
No.
16 is significantly better.
Farx, you walk through what you believe is the brush as you find yourself walking towards a ruin. And it seems like it's nighttime.
Fox is going to be looking at the ruin and he's going to pull out the sending stone and say, GMS?
None of you hear this.
And I'm guessing I don't hear any reply from GMS. Ah, shit. Fox is
This
going
ruin looks eerily familiar to you.
History check?
Sure.
Hey, Sky,
I actually have really bad history.
your charisma save that succeeded was a 1d29.
Good thing I didn't get a 21 or a 29, because then that'd be void.
Yep.
They'd be like, what is this? What the hell is this?
It's a different roll, isn't it? 1d29.
I got an 18 on the history check.
This is the place of slaughter, where you embarked on your vicious quest.
Fox is going to head towards the temple.
As you're heading
Meta.
towards...
Hold on. Meta, sorry guys for taking up so much of this.
Oh, good.
You good? So long as I get to use my diver
It's
for
cool.
disappears today, I'm good.
Newbeck, I'm going to give you a chance, because this time skip is going through each person.
Yeah, that's
Technically, this will mean that it will not run over, so I'll let you hold on to that one and let you have a new one, but you've got to use that other one for this time skip if that's what if you
I
want
was
to.
just gonna use it to help me set up a trade route with fucking Jack.
Yeah, cool. Hold on to that
Yeah.
thought for now, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So as you're heading towards it, you can see all of the bodies that you left behind are standing up and walking towards you.
Fox pulls out his dagger and he gets ready to
You go
fight.
to pull out the dagger as it wasn't there.
Okay. Is my
You
totem
feel like
still?
there is something. You feel like something. You're holding something, but you can't see it.
It's just in my mind. Fox just like sort of closes his eyes real quick and just says, "It's just in my mind. This is
You
just an."
close. You close your eyes, and the visage of an being. The visage of a being staring back at you. Is this?
What does Fox looks at them with his, eyes closed and he says,
Roll me a wisdom save.
"Okay. Advantage. Whoop whoop."
You are frightened of this creature.
Oh wow, okay, that was a high wisdom
A
save.
primal fear is what you feel. A fear to survive. Not to attack, but to flee. But where? Your eyes are closed, and you can hear the sound of shuffling feet. 4 pairs of feet walking.
Fox opens up his eyes.
And you are back in the regular world. You are standing in the camp with your other 4 slaves currently circling you, just poking at you, wondering what's going on.
Fox just like looks at all of them and he says, "Okay, some shit's going down."
Goodness, well that's happening. Roll me a wisdom save. Jimus?
Yep, it just wasn't loading. Lucky. And reactive ability.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Nice.
So, you have this overwhelming feeling of eyes watching you from all directions in the forest. As you also notice that the grave seems to be the topsoil of the grave seems to be continuously being disturbed as if whatever's underneath is vibrating.
Alright. Yeah. Where's Fireball?
I like how that's your go-to. Where's Fireball?
I'm going to stand near the grave.
Alright.
And I'm going to see if it looks like something's trying to dig to the surface.
Alright, how are you gonna do so? Insight check? What are you doing?
I'd like to try and investigate it. Maybe feel if there's any vibrations from it from a digging action.
So, investigation check, roll.
19.
19. Not so much digging, but slowly rising to the surface, as if it's being pushed upwards. Above
Alright.
ground.
I'll wait for it to arrive at the surface.
A headless skeleton appears on the surface, blackened. Roll me another wisdom save. At disadvantage.
13.
Alright. With the eyes feeling that you feel individuals staring at you, the skeleton stands up as black and grey flames erupt from its headless form. A screaming face appears.
Oh god. Feels
I
like
will
the
need you to
Halloween.
roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's not with disadvantage, but I would be using lucky.
Alright.
20.
Here we are. Anyway, so where was I up to? Ah, yes. You fail. The mist rolls in. The face stares at you as it sounds like a very far away, blood curdling scream is coming from its voice. Or from its maw. It's so distant yet so recursive that it's the only sound that fills this empty, dark forest.
I'm teleporting to Fox's camp.
Alright. It fails.
Sending Stone Farak.
You do not get a response. No one hears you.
What are you?
You feel something fall onto your shoulder.
I'll look at whatever that is.
You see a rather large tarantula.
Interest gone. I'm gonna flick that thing as far away as possible.
Alright. You throw it off as you can hear.
As I turn and fireball it.
You turn and fireball. As the fireball lights the area, you can see that the trees, leaves around aren't leaves. They are thousands upon thousands of spider webs, with spiders slowly making their way down from burning trees, trying not to burn to death, and running away in all directions. What do you do? As you can see, spiders running in all directions away from the fireball. Some
Are they
running
heading
towards
towards
you.
me?
Some.
I'm going to create bonfire near me.
They start scattering in other directions as some of them burn to a crisp.
What is going on, Farx? I'll try again on the sending stone.
Nothing.
By this time, would I have come out of my whole thing?
Yes.
So after Farx comes to and says what he said to the lizard folk, he's going to get on the sending stone. Jimis, you hear me?
They do not hear you. You get no response.
Has anyone heard from Jimis at all?
I was just
No.
going to ask, does all the others hear Farix calling
Yep.
for him?
Yep.
Not since you asked him to go to wherever the hell you go to your camp.
Nah, I haven't heard from him for a while.
Oh
And that's going
shit!
to fall into an illusion and try to wake up.
So you're gonna try and wake up? How do you
Yep.
do so?
He is going to clear his mind and then focus on the camp.
Roll me a... Would you say that would be a straight intelligence or an insight check? Sorry, would it be a... Yeah, straight intelligence or a straight wisdom check to try and clear your mind?
Right.
Which one do you think?
Oh, honestly, I could see it being either for it.
Alright, considering that you're still frightened, I'd probably say you're gonna go with the more logical route of intelligence.
$13 using lucky.
Alright,
17.
17. You're trying to clear your head, but the spiders, the sound of thousands of legs running away from burning trees is echoing throughout this dark forest with an amethyst mist around.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. No place like home.
So
Sorry, going to try again.
So
You appear in a tower.
oh,
A small tower. There is a parchment on there, along with what looks to be your signature and another signature. You recognize that signature as the one that almost dropped you into gold. But this tower you do not recognize. It is tall, though it feels like you recognize it.
I should not be here.
This tower does look like it is crumbled and ruined, though this time there are what you would expect to see is vines, but these vines have got large spikes upon them.
I place my hand near one of the spikes.
It does not move.
What are you trying to tell me?
You hear a knocking at a door near the bottom floor.
I'll go towards the door and open it.
Oh, yo, damn. Thanks, dude. I've got a feast, guys.
Nice.
James got me some food. Not the James here. He wouldn't be that kind. I joke. I'm not sure if you would or wouldn't be that kind. I'm just... So my roommate got me some food. Anyway. Where was I up to?
I
yes.
just was going to open the door.
You open the door and you see a raven or crow at the door, tapping at the door.
Hello, you.
And you can see at head height purple glowing eyes from what looks to be a skull of some sort.
And who might you be?
What you see is this darkness outside as those glowing. Now that you look harder, it's a belt buckle. What do you do?
I'm going to look at it for a moment and try to cast Identify.
What are you trying to identify?
The magic around me.
That this doesn't reveal a school of magic, it's trying to reveal what sort of magic around you?
Yeah.
Basically the magical effect around him
Abyssal.
and detail.
With what
Spark,
illusion
spark,
magic?
spark. What have you gotten us into? What are the other properties of the magic? Is it just illusionary?
Some
Or is
illusionary.
it...
Most of it seems real.
Okay.
How long are you leaving that door open?
I'll probably still have it open. Until I notice something begin to occur.
You feel the feeling of hundreds of legs crawling over your feet. Your bare feet, for some weird reason.
There's no place like home.
It doesn't feel like arachnid feet, it feels more like centipede feet. Large centipedes. The kind that hurt a lot.
I'm going to hold my hand out for whatever this black creature thing is.
Are you looking up when you do so?
Yeah.
You see
I'm not looking down at whatever's on my feet.
you see this staring at you with your current frightened state. As I have forgotten to ask you to roll to try and get rid of your frightened state. If you'd like to roll that, go ahead.
No, I'd probably still say that he's terrified.
It gives visions of what looks to be some sort of face like a tarantula.
No, there's no place like home. I'm trying to nope out of there.
Alright, so do you run towards him or do you shut the door?
I close my eyes.
You close your eyes. Alright.
And I'm going to tap my heels together 3 times.
Alright.
Just realized why he's doing that, because of the lifetime that Jim has technically spent on Earth, thanks to Corollas.
So You can hear the sound of birds chirping. A gentle wind blows. Sounds like it blows over fields of grass. In the distance, it sounds like there is a forest.
I
your
slowly
eyes
open my
closed.
eyes.
You open your eyes, and you see a field of green.
Sending Stone, Farx, can you hear me?
Nope. You see ahead of you. Seems to be set up a picnic.
I'll walk over and sit down for the picnic.
You sit down next to what looks to be a family.
Hi.
They all have your face.
It's not creepy at all.
As you say hi, they say hi back at the same time.
Well, now isn't this a surprise?
They reply with yes.
It's going on here. I'm going to
They-
cast a spell magic on myself.
Alright. Nothing happens. However, the visages of those that you're looking at change to hold faces, voids, no features. As the picnic basket starts to open, and you can see the telltale signs of large spider legs trying to get out of the picnic basket.
Not the picnic basket.
The picnic basket.
Congratulations, you've just ruined picnics for me as I basically move away from the spider.
The legs continue to go down. It doesn't seem like anything is coming out of the basket until the legs touch the ground. And the legs, 4 pairs in the front and 4 pairs at the back, stand up, and it starts running away from you.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Alright. What's the next place you want to think about?
I'm just going to clear my mind.
Alright, roll me an intelligence check.
18.
Are you happy with that roll?
Yeah.
Roll me a d2.
1.
You appear in a pitch black void. There's nothing under your feet, but you're not falling. You cannot feel any air. There is not a sound. There is not a sight.
I'm now going to try and imagine the exact opposite, which is a white void.
Alright, roll me an intelligence. No, not intelligence. Yeah, intelligence.
9.
9. You can see a light ahead of you.
I'll try to turn this place into a white void once more.
Alright.
Well,
It's still the same size. There's a small white box ahead of you. Or at least you think it's small.
I'm going to reach out and try and touch it. If this place is an illusion, maybe distance is too.
As you reach out, your hand disappears into the darkness. As eventually, your hand reappears in the light near the box.
Interesting.
What is your mind filling with right now?
I'm currently thinking of Farak.
You appear, except you are strapped down upon a chair. Farox, along with his 5 recruits, the 4 slaves you gave him, and Maneater, are currently preparing what looks to be a large cauldron. Seems like you're going to be the part of it. What do you do?
I'm going to try and use the Ring of Mind shielding to cut off the connection to this.
Alright. You appear in a grey void.
And then I'm going to try and open my eyes.
You're in a grey void.
Oh, this is most concerning.
Barracks, do
Yeah.
you return to the site with one of the
So,
slaves?
after Forex, asks any of you if, you heard anything from Jimis, and of course hearing no, you'd hear Forex sigh and say, "Ah, damn it, some demonic shit's going on in the forest."
Sort of cackle slightly.
That sounds like a you problem.
That's why he's cackling.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Beta, come along with me. The rest of you stay here.
I don't know why, but this is the first thing I think.
Well, I wasn't planning on going anywhere.
Oh, demon. Hey there, demons. It's your boy. So, Beta and you arrive at the site. There is no Jimis.
So before we enter the immediate area, do we notice anything?
Nope. Everything looks normal, like this morning.
Farx, will... I guess Farx and Beta will then enter the area, like go up to the grave.
Yep. You go up to the grave. The grave is empty. The body is gone.
Shit.
Jimis, back to you.
Could I actually roll something to see if there's any tracks or signs of, anything that may have happened here?
Sure. Go ahead and roll your good old survival check for the tracking. Jimis, you are in a grey void. Every time that you open your eyes, you find a duplicated grey void. You can see that you are looking at the back of your head, Eve, every time that you open your eyes again.
I'm going to try focusing on the campsite.
Alright. Roll me a D100.
$65.
Now roll me a history check.
Alright. Oh,
12. You appear at a campsite. There are many orcs at this campsite, and what look to be ships that are ready to fly.
as in set sail or actually fly?
As in fly.
Yeah, I'm going to go off the company motto of I'm going to try and get out of here because I'm not making that a me problem.
Alright.
Do you
How
try
are you
the
gonna go?
Do you
I'm
try the
Try and go back
sentence?
to the correct camp.
Alright. Roll another D100.
77.
77. You appear at a campsite. There before you is a single ranger, sitting next to a fire, stoking it with a stick.
I see. I'm going to pinch myself.
And as you pinch yourself, it hurts.
Wake up, Jimis, wake up.
As you say that, the ranger looks up.
Oh, your name had better not be Wake.
What? No.
Nothing. Bye-bye. And I'm going to try and go to the campsite.
Alright, roll another D100.
That poor range.
You're not
Hang
saying
on.
there's no place like home.
You appear at a camp with one tent.
Hello, is anyone in there? Barks, that had better be you.
The curtain opens, or at least the tent door opens, and you can see a halfling. Yeah, name's Farrax, what of it?
Oh, good, I thought I had lost you. I feel sure you were slightly taller last time I met you.
That's a lot of people say.
Huh.
So what can Farrax the Grassmaker do for you? And yes, I'm very good at growing grass. I'm just
going
out
to
on
walk
on
up to them.
holidays. Yep.
I'm going to give them a piece of parchment. I'm going to inscribe it with my business details.
Yep. Okay.
If this is by any chance real, come to me. I've got a job for you.
Alright.
And then I'm going to try and go to Barks' camp again.
Alright.
Isn't that
So
all your
you finally-
teleportation?
So you finally decide to say to Farok's camp instead of the camp, so roll a D100.
$72.
72. You appear next to a camp. You can see a familiar looking, rather menacing man-eater picking their teeth from their latest eat.
Hey, man-eater, is this by any chance reality?
If it was anything else, I'd be eating you right now. Because that would be my reality. Being able
Where
to eat you.
is Farox?
Beats me. He doesn't tell me where he goes. He goes where he pleases.
What's my name?
Your name is Jimis. Have you hit your head or something?
Well, yeah, maybe, but that's irrelevant.
You look
And
like
then
you've
I'm going to
seen
try
your
going
worst
to the
nightmare.
outpost camp.
Right, so you just walk off as he says it looks like you've seen your worst nightmare.
No, I'm going to try and use the teleport thing, or however I was getting around.
It doesn't work this time.
Reality? Please be reality.
Would you like to try using your helm of teleportation? Or
No,
however
I'm
you
just going to
teleport?
walk.
Alright. So Fax, while you're sitting there with Beta, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to try the sending stone again.
Alright. Still no
Jimis.
reply.
Did Fox find any tracks with his 22?
Yes. Thousands of them. Very small tracks. As if 8-legged tracks.
Oh my
In
god, those were actually real. Son of a bitch, now I gotta
In
deal with it.
reality, the whole time.
You can also see what looks to be several dead trees in one location. They look burnt, but no fire, but it doesn't smell like there was a fire here.
Damn it. Here, Beta, let's head back to your camp.
Alright. Jimis, you have returned once more back to a location that looks familiar. It's a fork in the road. This fork in the road is either towards where the grave is, or to the other camp.
I'm going to head to where the grave is.
Alright.
I'm also going to try the sending stone.
Alright. What do you say?
Hey, Farox, where are you?
Barracks, you hear this, though it sounds distant.
Fox gonna reply, Jimis, is that you?
Jim sort of looks at his hands and feet. I really hope so.
Like, did Jimis actually hear that?
He did. He heard it fine.
You sound oddly distant. What happened at the grave site? I found the grave empty and a shit ton of, I think, spider legs? Or
Yeah, there were spiders involved. We're going to need to talk about that.
what even happened?
Can the rest of us see like Jimis's
Yep.
side of this?
What even the hell happened to you? I went back there and I saw no trace of you. What'd you do to the body?
I haven't seen it yet.
You just hear Fark say, "Damn it."
So once we meet up, you can
As
get a
you
get a
two
full.
meet halfway between locations.
Hey, Farax,
Farox, you
how are
can
you this
see
day?
Farox
Jimus's eye
looking
twitches.
when you're looking at Jimus, his pupils are dilated as if he has had to deal with quite a few things.
Did you deal with a bunch of illusion shit too?
The
Well, illusion, maybe part reality, considering
Jimus
what
just places his hand on Farax's shoulder. They weren't illusions.
What attacked you, or what freaked you out so much?
Dragon form, please.
Beta, just head back to the camp.
He
And
nods and starts heading away.
Fox will transform into the dragon.
Alright.
Jimus is going to get on his back with the saddle he has made. And then Jimus gives him 2 taps. Let's go. Up, up, and away.
Fox just gives a little growl and flies up.
Sorry, but all I can imagine is like Angerfist and Nubek have just met up for drinks just to listen to just to listen to the Sending Stone.
Yeah. So, as you fly out up, Jimus, you are no longer frightened.
Good.
Can Jimus speak Draconic?
Do you want to ask him that?
He was going to speak dragon.
Fox will ask if you can understand him in Draconic, because I think he can only speak in Draconic while like this. Wait a minute, no, could he actually speak in Common while in Dragon form?
I would allow it.
Okay. I'm guessing you saw the black face with the white on it.
Not yet. Keep flying. Then we talk.
Where are you wanting me to take you? Anyway?
Out of the forest.
Okay. Fox will fly you to Banditville.
So, as you get to Banditville, what do you do?
Jimus looks on the standing stone and asks, Angerfist, Axteth, anyone, confirm reality.
I mean,
Nubix is
tried.
here.
Yeah, Nubex is here. I can smell him.
Have you tried pinching yourself? I've heard that
Yes.
works.
Really? Pinching works for you, Axteth. I normally need a headbutt something.
I'm talking more for his sake, less mine.
Ah, true.
Mine would probably be a sword to the back of the throat.
Alright, Farax. You can change
Yeah,
back into
that
real
was the
person.
low-level intelligence that just actually came out of me. Jesus fucking Christ. The back of the throat, yes!
Fox would land like on, like just in the outskirts of Banditville, far enough away from the forest, but not wholly into the town because Fox will be heading back in after this. and he'll land and transform back.
Jimis walks over. He pretty much just gets out a book, gets out a piece of paper, and starts writing on the piece of paper. Okay, what do you want to know, Farx?
I guess what the hell happened to you? Or at least did you figure out what the hell that all was? Seemed like some demonic whatever.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a real problem.
You thinking the skeleton's wandering around?
I think we should burn the entire forest down, but I'm sure you're not for that idea, right?
If it's something incredibly dangerous, I'll burn it down with radiant fire. As Fox just kind of like flickers. What is it? Radiant. It's radiant flame, I think.
I think it's more the spiders that he wants burnt.
An individual walks up to you two. He looks to be
Sacred flame.
He looks to be clad in a cleric garb.
Hello.
You seem to have met on Hero.
I'm sorry, what?
The demon lord of nightmares.
Is that what that thing was?
Your worst nightmares can come to life then.
How the fuck did you manage this?
I don't think we can hear this part.
I know, but
Jimis has not turned off his sending stone.
Oh.
okay.
So he can probably hear Nubek laughing.
He would definitely hear Nubek laughing.
Jimis is using that sending stone connection to make sure that he's still in reality.
Right?
I mean, you would have gotten an offer from Angerfist being like, I can always come around and flick you in the face.
I don't want a concussion. Right, Barks, I need you to sign this.
You can smell
What does it say? Like Fox would look at it.
So Jimis will give you the information that he's just gathered on this. In exchange, you'll owe him a favor.
Fox says, fair enough. And he'll sign it.
Perfect.
Since we're throwing favors around, mind telling me what you saw?
Sure. You just need to sign one of these. Jimis pretty much creating identical contracts.
I told you the demon lord. You tell me the information you saw.
So Fox will look at him and he'll say, so one of the lizard folk in my camp ended up dying mysteriously. Don't really know why or how. Just ended up finding their body in the forest.
Did they look like they had trouble sleeping?
It did somewhat look like that.
They may have been an unfortunate victim.
However, on the bone, on all of their bones, and what was left of them, because animals got to their body first, there were necrotic markings on them. And from what I could tell, they were there before they even hatched.
That
Literally,
may have been
developing.
That may have been. Sorry, had to cough there. That sounds like they were doomed from hatchling. Terrible things happened to them. Must have been a drow sorcerer's magic.
Well, they did grow up in a drow city.
Now, he looks over to Jimis. What exactly was there? Many say that they see their worst nightmares. Was there anything else that you saw? Anything at all?
Yes, I'm going to tell you, a random stranger, my worst nightmare.
You see a smirk on his face. Please, I'm a cleric. I might be
Please. I'm Jimis. Trust me.
I would if you would trust me.
Jimis just stands there blinking at him twice.
From what I could tell when we went to the grave area, it was some form of illusion magic.
You would hear through the settings though, Jimis. Don't worry, it sounded strange hearing you say that to me.
And when I attempted to leave the immediate area, I got teleported to an old ruin that I visited before.
So,
The only
previous residence of sorts.
Yes.
Fascinating.
There were dead bodies of those that I had killed. Though that honestly didn't even bother me. What bothered me was when I closed my eyes to try and focus and I saw... I'm guessing it was the nightmare demon that you speak of.
Ah, yes. On Hero. He is notorious for what he has accomplished. He is known as many names, but he is just the Demon Lord of Nightmares. Though your friend here is reluctant to tell me. I'm sure whatever he saw would give willies to some, but none to others. Unless, of course, he's just a giant crybaby and is scared of little babies.
Say your name once again.
What's my name? That's a good question. I'd never written it down, but it's the cleric from last session that Angafist took a liking to.
Hell yeah. I don't think he actually gave me his Haloth Creed.
Alright, yeah, I typed it down, didn't I?
Yeah. His name is Haloth Creed.
I am Haloth Creed. I moved here because Angafist said this place would be great to live in.
Huh.
And I'm here to be of assistance if I can. However, you seem to have made
Hey,
your mind
can you
up.
confirm this?
Hmm?
Over the Sending Stone still. Angus, can you confirm this?
What'd they say? Oh, you talking to Haloth?
Yep.
Yeah, I said he should try. And if he's bored with, just standard bullshit life, he could try. He should go and see if he. Sorry. He could go see how
Had too
Bannerville
many drinks.
He could see. I suggest he go see how Bannerville takes his fancy.
Alright. Jimis is then going to start at the start of this entire situation and talk his way through everything that just occurred to him.
Once you've done so,
Or have you tended to stand off?
Once you have done so, he's written down some things, and he then pulls out some dust. It looks like silver dust. You're going to need to come with me, lest you have nightmares for the rest of your life.
That doesn't sound like a very, very long time of having nightmares. As I follow on.
He sort of laughs a little. You can see a bit of his teeth. He's just like, These nightmares would cause. Jesus, goddamn. Oh, fucking hell. There's sun, dry air and whatnot. So he chuckles a little. The rest of your life would be very short. The nightmares has been known to stop you from sleeping properly.
Fox would ask, is there anything I need to really worry about?
How long were you in there?
How long was Fox in there for?
Way less than he wanted. Than
Oh, so much less than me.
Yeah.
So, like, not even a minute, I'd say.
You were there for about 3 minutes. He was there for half an hour.
Fox would say, I believe I was there for about 3 minutes.
Then you should be fine. On here, may have marked this one.
I sort of put my hand around the cleric. So, where to, best buddy?
Oh, real quick before you head off. The body ended up disappearing, or the skeleton, considering that was all that was left. Is there some kind of demonic skeleton wandering around in the forest now that I gotta deal with?
No idea about that one, friend.
Okay, then.
Say, you're that Farox individual, are you not?
Yes.
Why does it look like why does it look like you have... It looked like someone hit you square across the face, quite hard, in the last 4 weeks.
Sparring.
Sparring? I didn't
If that
take you
goes
for a
through
spar.
If that goes through the sending stone, Jibbus would just hear Angus, I told him to stick to magic.
Hey, Farex, he said to stick to magic.
So he takes you over to this. Imagine a really detailed church or monastery, but bring it down by about half its size. It looks like a small house design version instead of, an actual church.
Okay.
He has only just come to town, so.
If you'll allow me to do this one last thing, Fox would take up the sending stone to Maneater, and he'd say, Hey, Maneater?
Yes.
Just to let you know, keep an eye out for a skeleton with a flaming head. Might be some demonic thing wandering around in the forest.
Jimus's eyes just go wide and he smiles with the biggest smirk on his face.
Why is that?
Well, mind you, this sending stone is separate from everyone else.
I know, but you...
You're like right next to him. You didn't say you moved away.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, that's
asking.
true.
I'm asking why you're smiling. Is it because this is someone that Maneater can't eat the head off of?
Yes, let's go with that.
Or the fact that Maneater might suffer the same fate as you?
No, Jimus is just thinking, this person needs a horse.
So, you enter this little chapel place. It has a holy symbol if you would like to roll a religion check.
BRB.
Jimus wouldn't be aware of this one.
You're not much of a religious individual?
It's just not one that he would have reasonably come across, in my opinion.
Damn.
So I'll just say what it looks like then. Pardon me. Three teardrops on a triangle.
Interesting.
Made the switch
From?
not too long ago. From a life cleric to a death cleric.
But you seem so full of life and so hopeful. It's like you would have had to have changed your entire being for this.
No. Talona, she is gifted me with the abilities to both disease and poison anyone I wish, but to also remove it from anyone. As he motions you to sit in a chair. The chair looks like it is made out of ebony wood, a dark blackish purple wood.
You have one that's made of mahogany.
Aren't we asking for much?
Oh, I just wanted to see if I could buy it off you.
I do not have a mahogany chair like this.
Oh well. Alright, I sit down.
As you sit down, he hands you a silver chalice with what looks to be water, but it's glowing ever so slightly, with what looks to be radiant power.
Interesting.
As he then sprinkles in some silver dust into it. Are you allergic to silver?
Silver, no.
Alright. He then takes a brush and dips it. Takes a brush, it looks rather clean, dips it into the chalice, and he starts to speak in what is a mix of guttural talk and holier than thou speech at the same time. If you know Celestial, you can understand some of what he's saying, but not everything.
So Jimis would have some idea of what he's saying.
Sounds like he is asking for you for Mother
You don't need to tell me
Talona.
what it is.
Yeah. So, it sounds good. That's all you need to know. Or at least it sounds good for you. About a minute goes past, and there's about half the chalice left. Drink up.
He's going to drink it.
After drinking it, you were no longer scared, but you just realized you now don't feel like anyone's watching you anymore.
That is some good stuff.
And there is your payment for telling me all of that information.
Quite nice of you.
I am here in the black market now. You have any breaks, sprains, or anything that requires a little more than what the alchemist can give you, you know where to find me.
Good to know. And what level of magic can you cast at?
Depends how much money you have.
That is the right answer. Alright. I place a platinum coin on the table. Consider it a donation.
Your donation is much appreciated. He throws it into a jar that says drinking fund.
I think everyone's gonna love this cleric.
I mean, the biggest reason Agathis likes him because he was the only cleric that even bothered sticking around to healing. Like he was the only one that he's the only cleric that wasn't for some reason shit scared of him, and Agathis say, you know what, that deserves at least some respect.
Just a reminder, this is the thing that haunted both of you, for one for but a moment and the other not for so long. Who remembers that one?
Oh, it was from the goddamn night one shot.
Yeah.
The one where, and it's happened again. Only this time he killed about 10 times, no? 100 times the amount of spite. No, hang on, there's a lot of... I'd say about 300 times the amount of spiders.
Spiders, yeah.
Along with giving one a concussion by brushing it off his shoulder.
That poor tarantula.
Actually, that was the one I followed up the fireball with.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It got a concussion just before it died.
So at
Some
least
people call it excessive force. Some people are wrong.
Some people call
That
it
is
excessive force. I call it holy shit, there's a spider, it dies.
Exactly.
So... Cool, getting back to Pharaohs. Anything else you're doing for this time skip?
I will say when Fox tells Maneater about the potential Firehead skeleton, he'd mention that if he saw it, to let Fox know. So that way he could help deal with it. He'd then head to the primal camp, the one that I set up for the lizard folks.
Yep.
And he'd basically let them know about what apparently happened to Sigma and why he ended up dying.
The real reason why he died was because someone gave him that weird name.
You're welcome.
He'd basically tell them about the nightmare demon lord and somehow Sigma getting marked at effectively birth.
They looked a little worried about that.
Fox will tell them that if they end up having multiple nightmares where they're unable to sleep properly, to let him know, and he'll have a cleric help get them treated. Or at least make it so nothing bad happens. Do that more.
So there's a quick question. What number of powerful being did this make it that Jimus has met?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Are you ready for number 10?
But
Yeah.
effectively, Fox would finish it up by letting them know that there could be a chance that there's a skeleton with a flaming head. Though if it comes near the camp, then the awakened bushes would distracted enough, and basically if they ever see it, just run the hell away and let him or Maneater know so they can deal with it. Because meta, it's above their pay grade.
So, what?
So they're going to get
pay
paid.
grade? So I want you to think. If he disappeared for a couple of days, what did he see in there? What did Sigma see in that nightmarish realm?
I have no idea.
Gemus has just closed the chapter on this forever for himself.
It's above our pay grade.
The best
Oh,
part
by the
about
way. Oh, go on.
the best part about that Demon Lord is that the images that you see of it are illusions. Its
Lovely.
actual form is not seeable. Not without true sight, anyway.
Oh, by the way, just because I gotta mention this meta-wise, if that flaming head skeleton wanders the Marauders territory, then that's no longer a Fox problem.
Yep.
That's a Marauders problem.
If they
That's an
a
axe
Marauders
death
problem, they become a my problem, and then when I find out who they came from, then it'll be a you
Well,
problem.
You won't
To
be
be
able
fair-
to. It's just a skeleton.
To be fair, it's not like Fox sent it, it's literally just some demonic thing that ended up appearing. I mean,
Yeah,
if he
but-
finds it in his forest, he's going to kill it. Or at least
It's
attempt
literally
to.
just a skeleton that decided, you know what? I don't want to lay on the ground all day. I'm gonna get up and go for a walk.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing though. If it does exist, you're gonna hear a very far away scream, and then it's gonna get closer, but it's still gonna sound very far away.
Oh, that imagery is actually a little terrifying.
You're just gonna hear ah, and you'll be like, "What is going on?" And then you'll get hit in the back of the head.
Turns out it tries to bite my head off with its fiery mouth. That actually would be fucking terrifying.
It is a product of the Demon Lord of Nightmares. The real question is, what would happen if you threw a Demon Lord into his realm? Another Demon Lord into that Demon Lord's realm? Could you imagine the shit that would go on?
Oh yeah, it'd be a friggin' battle.
It's on the demon lord. Like if they have fears or not, you know.
Well, everything has fears. It's how they conquer them that is the difference. Most Demon Lords conquer it by, being really fucking powerful.
I guess. But then what would you have with some of the fears of some of the demon lords then?
Pardon?
What would some of the fears of the demon lords be then?
Well, it really depends. I bet Orcuses would be surrounded by living creatures he couldn't kill.
That would that'd be hilarious.
He'd just continue to try and squash them, and they just move like accordions.
It turns out to be a Frieza kind of hell.
They're all just like slime.
Wait. So you tell me Orcus's greatest fear is effectively no.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Which is hilarious because no was on his plane at some point.
Yep.
But
Your mic bad. Eric's
Oh.
mic. Yeah, I don't know why. It just like randomly got bad.
is it better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So basically, after Farts lets all his new recruits know about that, he'd continue on with the time skip. Doing his lessons, coming back for the last 8 hours that he had.
Alright. So that's all
Helping.
you're gonna do for the time skip?
Yeah, basically helping to train. He'd probably also teach them a little bit about gathering herbs and whatnot, and that's mainly because Farx would want to gather some healing herbs.
Yep.
To make
So,
healing herbs.
who was next after Farx?
I'm pretty sure it was Cody.
Cody, are you ready? No? Would you like to come back to this next week? Cody? Morning!
A little bit busy right now, Max.
Okay, would you like to come back to this next week? Because we have very little time for this session to wrap up. I'm just going to say that's a yes.
Yeah.
So that is the end of this session.